MOM Ministries. So, I think I got my inspiration today from my coffee cup. I'm going to talk about dreaming. I have spent a lot of years not really dreaming, not really knowing where God was taking me. So, as a young girl, my dream was to be married and have children. I loved children. And by the grace of God, I was blessed with three, and I have two in heaven, so that makes five. And the two in heaven were not full termed, and I know I'll see them again. You know, it's hard. They both were my first and second pregnancies. Uh, well, so my first one, yeah, it's a long story. Anyway, I have three amazing kids. So that dream came true. I was married for 23 years, and yeah. So after all of that, I didn't really have a dream, and it was more of a survival mode, right? So after a divorce and with three kids, I went right into survival mode. Before the divorce, I had worked for myself. I didn't need benefits, so it was easy to work for myself. But after the divorce, I had to go into corporate America. I had to figure life out. I opened a spa and I went through bankruptcy. Yeah, and through it all, though, I had a year after the divorce is when I surrendered my life to the Lord. And of course, as most people, when I surrendered my life to the Lord, I thought that meant, all right, now God's going to make life easy. I'm not going to have to worry about it. And he's going to, solve all my problems. I'm never going to have to worry about anything. Well, that's not the case. And I actually went bankrupt after, and my 15-year-old daughter got pregnant and had a baby, obviously. And that baby is now 20 years old. So I am very thankful that he is alive and doing well, that abortion wasn't an option, even though she was so young. We looked into or talked about adoption, but she wanted her baby, and I don't blame her. And he's amazing, and I'm thankful that she did what she did. And the amazing news is she stuck it out, and she got her doctor of audiology and is now an ear doctor in Kentucky. I say ear doctor. She's a doctor of audiology, obviously, and she has her own clinic. But back to dream, because that's the topic of today. I now dream about taking MOM Ministries and getting to speak at women's conferences. But the biggest thing I dream is that I can help people. And again, it is usually women. Most Christian men don't want to hear from a woman. They don't believe it's biblical. I've had some that do, so I'm not sure. And so just to stay safe, I focus on women. And to help when you're in that situation where you feel stuck, you don't know what you want to do, you don't know where you want to go. And obviously, I have a story that I was there and I'm not there anymore. And I want to help other women not be there anymore. I want everyone to find their passion and their purpose through what their faith is, using God's word to lead, guide, and direct the life path that you take. You can't change the past, but you absolutely can change your future. And dreaming is okay. Dreaming is, God tells us that he wants us to have an abundant life. And that's not just when we get to heaven. He wants us to have an abundant life now. And part of that abundant life is dreaming what it could be like and then seeing what it takes to make it. And I've just had another friend who finally published a book. I published my first book, and I'm working on my second book. And, that's just a dream. And I believe it's what God gave me. So delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Many people think He's going to give you what you want, but reality is He's going to give you your dreams. He's going to tell you what He wants of you. And that happens when you delight in Him. You have to make Him number one and look into your future with prayer and strength and wisdom and guidance. And I hopefully will be able to guide a few people into a abundant life that God has planned for them. Blessings upon blessings, and don't forget to dream.